It's giant.
Well, you can tell it's egg season.
Definitely.
Welcome back to that 1870s homestead. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Todd, and you're joining us for dinner this evening.
Yes. It's a late dinner for us. It's 7:15, Todd. We normally eat at 5.
We didn't even get off work till after 5.
Yeah.
Then we went to the gym, and then we came home, and Rachel cooked the frittata portion, and then I grilled up some ham steaks to go with it. You know, me and my meat.
Yes. Sounded good to me. We've got tons of eggs, and a frittata will come together for 15 minutes for you instead of a quiche that takes longer.
Yeah. Yeah, eggs season. Just, what was it, just last week? We freeze dried 4 dozen eggs and turned them into a powder. Rachel posted a video about them. And we already got like 3 dozen eggs in the freezer, so or in the fridge.
Yeah.
And what do we have for chickens? We have 1 rooster and 6 hens. And we're getting about 4 eggs per day right now.
Yep. You're doing a good job.
It was almost 6:30, 6:45 before it got dark. Spring is coming. It was warm today. The sun was out. My bees were out. There was bees all over the yard. They keep finding all these pockets of water and little like
Containers
filled with water, and they're going and drinking. So we definitely had some bees survive the winter. I put out a pollen patty for them today over on the side of the garage. So if it's another warm day tomorrow, I'll go check and see if maybe they're eating on the pollen.
I'm excited.
I know the maple trees have buds, and the bees, that's one of the first trees in our area that the bees will go to collect pollen early in the spring.
Yes. And I got another pantry prep. It seems like that's a pattern since I've been back with you guys. So this week's pantry prep is brought to you by ghee. We've made it before and canned it before, but it's, I don't know how much. I think butter's expensive right now.
It is very expensive.
It's probably a decent deal. And it's something that we thoroughly enjoy. We haven't had it since we made it last, which was before we even had a homestead. We made it in our suburban home and canned up a bunch. And we love the flavor. Like Todd was saying, you can't wait to make grilled cheese with it. And it's a nice thing to have. It's shelf-stable butter. So what I told him I'm probably going to do is put it off into pint jars or jelly jars, half pint jars, and then we can carry it a couple to the cabin and have some butter there.
Well, there is no music montage for dinner today because it was just too simple and too easy. We basically took 2 pints of pre-cooked canned ground beef from the pantry shelf downstairs that you canned. Didn't you can it with beef broth in it? So we put that in a pan, we warmed that up, we drained off all the juice and all the fat, added 1 pint of our own homemade home canned sloppy joe sauce, complete with all the fixings already inside, the green peppers, onions, everything's already in it. Add a little bit of water and let it cook down, and it is amazing. That's really good. So
good. And then I love our hot pepper mustard butter with sloppy joes. It's like one of my favorite things to eat it with. That and like kielbasa.
Yeah, and usually a slice of cheese too. Sometimes is really good. It was very, very warm today, mid 50s outside and sunny. All the bees were out again at the watering hole.
I didn't even get outside today. I'm glad you did.
I did. Spent some time outside working on a few little odds and ends out in the garage. Our four-wheeler's not running anymore. My speakers were blown in my truck. I got those replaced today after work.
I did get something done today.
You talked yesterday while we were having dinner about your ghee.
I did. And I talked about possibly canning that off into pints, and I got that done. All I did was emptied that in like heavy-duty Dutch oven on stovetop. Heated that up really, really hot, and then poured it off into the canning jars. And then you don't have to actually can them, you just put the lid on while it's super hot and seal it. And I heard ping, ping, ping while I was just picking up around the house.
9 pints it made.
9 pints, yep.
For that one container of ghee. If we remember, I will try to put a link to the ghee that you bought it on Amazon, right? I'll put a link to the one that we bought. We have not tasted it yet.
Oh, I did.
But I'm sure. Oh, you did? Is it really good?
It's good.
We'll put a link to what we bought in case you want to do the same. We also realized that with 9 pints that it made, it's not going to last us very long. It's not like we're going to go through one of those per month. We'll probably go through 2 or 3 per month, maybe.
At least 2, yeah.
Depending on what we're cooking and what we're having. So you might want to buy another one of these days. In a couple weeks when we get some extra money. And that's how we like to buy things. We don't like to let's buy a whole bunch of this. We like to spread it out over time.
Definitely makes it more economical that way and doesn't feel like sometimes it just doesn't even feel like you're spending money on stocking your pantry when you do it in little increments. What do you think? Because people have been asking, for those that have been around, he didn't really like the canned ground beef. It was actually one of his least favorite items in the pantry. And so that's why I tried canning it differently this time, pre-cooking it with ground beef, or with the beef broth. And we've eaten it several times now.
Yeah, it's okay.
But it's not as bad.
It's not as bad as it was before. You should look up these videos that we posted. There's 2 of them, and it's called the 30-second pantry challenge, where we each have 30 seconds to pick out our 3 favorite items from the pantry and 3 least favorite items from the pantry. And the ground beef was my least favorite, and it's probably not anymore.
Yeah. The winter wonderland out there.
It is. literally just got in the door as Rachel was putting the food in. I went to the gym today and drove home, and it was adventurous. You drove home from grandbaby's house today, and it was adventurous for you as well.
I almost went through the intersection.
We're slated, it started snowing at like 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're supposed to get like 10 inches by the time midnight rolls around or something. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's pretty slick out there. I have no idea what you made.
I made that Thai peanut chicken that I've been dying to make.
Oh, this smells really good.
The sauce was quite interesting to make. I've had this on my dream make list for a long time, like years, and just intimidated by it. And finally had a quiet evening in the house where I could get all the ingredients out and make them. And it's peanut butter and liquid aminos and garlic and ginger and sriracha and
Oh, it's good.
and you cook onions and sesame oil. I added some cilantro to it.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I enjoy it.
Great meal to wrap up the week.
Thanks. Thank you for helping. Welcome to Sunday.
Yes. And I had pulled out ribs earlier this week and saw him down there when I was getting the things out to can. That video's already come out when we were canning meat, and I saw the ribs. I was like, we need to eat those.
Yeah. I actually put the ribs in the sous vide water bath yesterday. I cooked them at 139 degrees Fahrenheit for 26 hours or so. And see if the bones come out. Not super easy, not fall apart, but the bones do come out pretty darn easy.
Yep.
So it should be nice. And, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that barbecue sauce we used might have had quite a bit of sugar in it because it kind of candied on top.
It's something I was like, okay, we have all this canned barbecue sauce downstairs, but do we have anything that's really old that we need to use up? Like you were talking in like your video the other day about cycling through your stock, and I found this Michigan maple barbecue sauce.
It's really good. I think we got it at Jerome Country Market when we were there once or something.
Did we? Mm-hmm. Best by 2018. We figured let's try it and put it on our ribs and use it up. It is super powerful from a maple perspective. Does it taste any good? I mean, we tasted it before I put it on the ribs.
It's definitely excellent. I said it's Buddy the Elf barbecue sauce.
10 grams of sugar, it says. Mm-hmm. So not massive amount, but quite a bit.
Yes, and today I also did a collaboration video for the Pies of March, so we're both pretty full from our mid-afternoon dessert pie, so...
It got to be like 4 o'clock or 4:30, and I'm like, I'm still full from that pie.
Yeah. So we'll see how much we can actually consume of this. But we at least have ribs for tomorrow. And that pie I just got done portioning off into freezer bags and put down in the freezer. So we'll have a treat again in the future.
Sounds good. How are the ribs? Did you try any yet?
Not yet. I'm afraid to eat it on camera because it's so sticky. What was I going to say? Oh, we ate really good this week.
We did.
From our pantry and from... Yeah.
I think there should
be
the fourth meal in this video, which doesn't happen too often. We usually, I think our average is probably 3.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually have leftovers and leftovers and then leftovers and maybe one day a week or something we'll go out to eat somewhere.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for hanging out with us again.